In the journey of life, many have felt an inexplicable pull, a sense that they are destined for something greater, something beyond the mundane routines of everyday existence. These are the chosen ones, individuals who walk through life carrying the weight of challenges, often feeling misunderstood, isolated, or out of place. But in truth, these very feelings are signs of a deeper calling. These are not simply burdens, but divine markers, guiding you toward the ultimate realization of your true nature. You are more than what you see in the mirror. You are not confined to the limitations of the body, nor are you defined by the mind that often drifts from one thought to another, endlessly searching for meaning in fleeting moments. You are a fragment of the divine, a part of God's eternal plan, and although you walk a temporary earthly path, your soul, the essence of who you truly are, has existed long before your body was ever formed. Your soul is eternal. It has witnessed the cycles of time, experienced countless lifetimes, and has grown through each phase, challenge, and experience. The body you inhabit right now is just a vessel, a temporary home for your soul's divine purpose. This idea that you are not just a body, not just a mind, is foundational to understanding your spiritual journey. The chosen ones, in particular, feel this sense of disconnection more acutely because they intuitively sense that they are not just human beings experiencing the world. They are divine beings experiencing a human reality. The struggle is real, but so is the calling. It's a divine pull that asks you to wake up, to remember who you are, and to align with your soul's true path. In the Bible, we are reminded of the truth that our essence is far greater than what we perceive in this material world. In the book of Jeremiah, God speaks to his chosen servant, saying, "Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you." Jeremiah 1 verse 5. This powerful verse highlights a truth that many overlook. Your purpose was set long before your birth. God had already chosen you, and he already knew your journey. The body you now occupy is just a temporary vehicle to fulfill this divine purpose. But it's easy to forget this divine truth in the midst of life's struggles. We get caught up in the challenges of the world. Bills to pay, relationships to mend, careers to manage. Yet, these are just distractions, illusions designed to keep you from realizing your true essence. But the chosen ones, the awakened ones, begin to see through these illusions. They start to feel a deep, unshakable sense of their soul's calling, a knowing that they are more than just what meets the eye. In your own life, you may have felt out of place, perhaps even rejected or misunderstood. These feelings are not a curse but a blessing. They are the very markers of someone whose soul is awakening, whose vibration is rising to meet the divine frequency. If you are reading this, chances are you are one of the chosen ones, someone who is destined to awaken to the truth of your divine nature. You were never meant to be just a body, just a mind. You were meant for something far greater, to fulfill a divine purpose, to walk the spiritual path that leads you towards spiritual growth, self-realization, and unity with the divine. And this journey, this spiritual path, is not always easy. In fact, it often feels like the opposite. It feels like a battle, but that's because your soul is being prepared. You are being refined through the fires of adversity, shaping you into the person you were always meant to be. The struggles you face are not meaningless. They are the very things that push you toward your ultimate spiritual awakening. Your endurance, your resilience, your ability to rise from the ashes, these are all essential parts of your soul's evolution. You are learning to raise your vibration, to align yourself with the higher frequencies of divine love and purpose. In this journey, you are not alone. Spiritual guidance is always available to those who are open to it. Prayer, meditation, and reflection are all tools that allow you to connect with God and receive the wisdom you need to navigate this life. In moments of doubt, remember that your soul is eternal and always connected to the divine flow. Just as the psalmist says, "The Lord is near to the brokenhearted and saves the crushed in spirit." Psalm 34 verse 18. Your soul journey is sacred. Every step you take, every challenge you face is part of a much larger plan. Trust that you are not simply surviving, you are growing, evolving, and transforming. Your struggles are making you stronger, more resilient, and more aligned with your true divine purpose. The more you understand this, the easier it becomes to transcend the temporary limitations of the body and mind. You begin to see the world through spiritual eyes, understanding that everything, every person, every challenge is a reflection of the divine energy that flows through all of creation. So, when you feel the weight of the world pressing down on you, remember that this is just a moment in your eternal soul journey. The challenges you face today are temporary, but your soul is forever. Trust in this divine truth and allow yourself to awaken to the power within you. You are not just a human. You are a divine being walking a sacred path, and with every step you take, you are closer to realizing your full spiritual potential. The call to awaken is a call to rise above the illusion of separation, to embrace your true essence, and to walk with confidence in your divine purpose. The journey may be long, but it is one worth taking, and it will lead you to a place of peace, fulfillment, and spiritual enlightenment. The path to awakening and understanding your true essence begins with acceptance. Accepting that you are more than your body, more than your mind, is the first step toward profound transformation. Resistance to who you truly are, a spiritual being having a human experience, blocks your growth. On the other hand, when you begin to embrace this truth, an unlimited energy starts to flow through you. This energy isn't somewhere far away. It's within every cell of your body and every thought of your mind. It's the divine energy that connects you to the Creator and to all other souls. It's your inner power, the same force that created the heavens and the earth, the same force that transformed chaos into order. In moments of difficulty, it's easy to fall into the illusion that you're alone, that the obstacles in front of you are insurmountable, and that your strength is running out. But the truth is, you're never alone. The Holy Spirit, your divine guide, is with you every step of the way. The Bible constantly reminds us of this. In Isaiah 41, verse 10, God says, "Fear not, for I am with you. Be not dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you. Yes, I will help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand." This promise is eternal. When you feel weak, it is precisely in that moment that divine strength can manifest within you. Your true strength doesn't come from your own limited resources. It comes from an infinite, divine source. It is inexhaustible. No matter how many challenges you face, you will always be renewed if you're willing to connect with your true spiritual essence. All you need to do is open yourself up to it, trust the guidance you receive, and understand that you are not just a victim of circumstances. You are a co-creator of your reality, aligned with divine purpose. This divine power flows through your spiritual journey. The trials you face are not random or meaningless. They are part of the intricate plan God has laid out for you. Each challenge is an opportunity to rise in resilience and faith, to realize that your soul is being refined. Your endurance in the face of adversity is a reflection of your spiritual growth. And through each obstacle, your vibration rises, matching the divine frequency that guides your path. But here's the secret. You have the ability to raise your vibration at will. You can elevate your frequency by choosing to align with a divine purpose. Every thought, every action, every decision you make can either bring you closer to your true essence or pull you further away. And it all starts with recognizing that you are not just a body. You are a divine being on a sacred journey. Now, as we continue this journey of self-realization, it's important to understand that this is not a solitary journey. You are one of the chosen ones. The universe is working with you, not against you. Every step you take towards spiritual awakening contributes to the greater collective shift in human consciousness. You are part of a divine plan, and your spiritual growth contributes to the awakening of humanity itself. As you deepen your connection with the divine, your soul's frequency rises. And as your frequency rises, So, does your ability to manifest the divine purpose for your life? This is not just about overcoming challenges, but about realizing the profound power within you to shape your reality, to guide your path, and to inspire others on their journey. Remember, you are a part of the vast, interconnected web of creation. The more you awaken to this truth, the more you can influence the world around you. Your vibration is powerful, and as you raise it, you raise the vibration of the collective. You are not just a passive observer in this world. You are an active participant in shaping the spiritual landscape of humanity. Now, with that in mind, let's continue to explore the next part of this journey. Just as we are discovering our own inner strength, it's crucial to understand how the universe works with us in this process. As you continue to walk the path of self-discovery and spiritual awakening, it's important to understand the concept of co-creation. You were not placed on this earth to simply follow a script or play a passive role in your own life. You are here to actively engage in the creation of your reality, guided by the divine. The Bible teaches us that we are created in God's image. Genesis 1 verses 26 to 27. This means that, like the Creator, we have the inherent ability to shape and influence our world. The Creator's act of creation wasn't a passive, one-time event. It was an ongoing process, one that continues to this day. The same divine spark that ignited the creation of the universe resides within you. It's not something distant or abstract. It's something you carry within your very being. Co-creation happens when you align your thoughts, intentions, and actions with the divine flow of the universe. When you consciously choose to follow God's will for your life, you open yourself up to the vast potential that exists around you. The universe works with you to manifest your divine purpose, but you must be willing to take action. It's a dance of trust, surrender, and alignment. You cannot simply wait for everything to fall into place. You must actively participate in the process. This principle of co-creation is beautifully illustrated in Matthew 7 verse 7, where Jesus tells us, "Ask and it will be given to you, seek and you will find, knock and it will be opened to you." This verse is a reminder that while God's will is sovereign, we also play a vital role in manifesting the desires of our hearts. God has given us the tools to co-create with Him. When you ask with faith, seek with purpose, and knock with persistence, you are participating in the ongoing act of creation that flows from the divine source. But it's not just about asking for material possessions or earthly success. True co-creation with the divine is about aligning your life with higher principles: love, peace, joy, and purpose. These are the qualities that reflect God's nature. As you align with them, you elevate your vibration and attract the same energy into your life. Your ability to manifest is directly tied to your alignment with these divine qualities. If your heart is filled with love, your life will reflect that love. If your heart is filled with peace, your life will radiate peace. Moreover, the process of co-creation involves a deep sense of trust in the divine timing of your life. Not everything you desire will come immediately, and that's part of the divine wisdom. God's timing is perfect, and sometimes delays are necessary to prepare you for the blessings that are coming your way. In Romans 8 verse 28, the Apostle Paul reminds us, "And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love Him, who have been called according to His purpose." Even in moments of waiting or difficulty, trust that everything is working together for your highest good. Co-creation also requires you to be present and mindful in the moment. It's easy to get caught up in the future or dwell on the past, but true co-creation happens in the present. You must align with the present moment, trusting that each decision you make today is part of the larger picture that is unfolding. The more present you are, the more you will see the divine working through your life in subtle and profound ways. When you live with this awareness, the world begins to shift. You start seeing the divine hand at work in the smallest details, perhaps in a conversation with a friend, a serendipitous encounter, or an unexpected opportunity. These are not coincidences. They are divine nudges, guiding you toward the fulfillment of your purpose. The more you open yourself to these divine signals, the more you will recognize them and understand the divine orchestration happening in your life. It's also essential to remember that co-creation is not about controlling the outcome, but about surrendering to the process. As much as we may desire certain things in life, it's important to understand that God knows what's best for us. Our human understanding is limited, but God's understanding is infinite. Surrendering to God's plan means trusting that He will lead us to exactly where we need to be, even if that path looks different from what we imagined. As you continue to grow spiritually, you'll find that co-creation becomes easier. The more you align with God's will, the more intuitive the process becomes. The more you surrender, the more you allow the divine to flow through you. And as this divine flow increases, you will see the fruits of your co-creation manifest in your life, often in ways more beautiful and fulfilling than you ever expected. One of the most profound aspects of the spiritual journey is the power of faith. Faith is not just a passive belief. It is an active force that shapes your reality. In Hebrews 11, verse 1, the Bible says, "Now, faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen." Faith is the unseen bridge between your current reality and the divine possibilities that await you. It is the force that propels you forward when the road seems uncertain, when the future feels unknown, and when the world around you may not align with your dreams. Faith is not the absence of doubt, but the courage to move forward despite doubt. Many of us experience moments of uncertainty where we question if we are on the right path, if God truly hears our prayers, or if our dreams will ever manifest. But the key is not to be paralyzed by doubt, but to trust in God's greater plan, even when we cannot yet see it. Jesus himself teaches us about the power of faith in Matthew 17, verse 20, saying, "If you have faith as small as a mustard seed, you can say to this mountain, 'Move from here to there,' and it will move. Nothing will be impossible for you." This verse is a powerful reminder that even the smallest amount of faith can lead to extraordinary outcomes. Your faith is not limited by the size of your belief, but by your willingness to act in alignment with it. Faith allows you to transcend the limitations of the physical world. It enables you to tap into the spiritual dimension where all possibilities exist. When you believe in something with your heart, you begin to align your thoughts, words, and actions with that belief. And as you take steps of faith, you begin to see the world shift in response to your belief. The universe, in its divinely orchestrated timing, responds to your energy, your intention, and your trust. But faith is not just about personal desires or goals. True faith requires surrender to God's will. It's about trusting that God has a greater purpose for your life than you could ever imagine, and that His plan is always for your highest good. As you cultivate faith, you will begin to see how God's hand is at work in every area of your life, guiding you, protecting you, and preparing you for what's to come. Sometimes we may find ourselves in situations that challenge our faith. We face setbacks, disappointment, or loss, and it can feel as though God is distant or silent. But this is often when our faith is being refined. Faith grows not in moments of ease, but in moments of struggle. It's in the fire that we are purified and made stronger. James 1 verses 2-4 tells us, "Consider it pure joy, my brothers and sisters, whenever you face trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith produces perseverance. Let perseverance finish its work so that you may be mature and complete, not lacking anything." Every trial you face is an opportunity to deepen your faith. Each challenge you overcome strengthens your trust in God and prepares you for the greater blessings that are ahead. Faith is like a muscle. The more you exercise it, the stronger it becomes. The more you trust, the more you see the miraculous unfold. The role of belief in your spiritual journey cannot be overstated. Belief is what keeps you anchored in times of turbulence, and it is belief that allows you to remain steadfast when the path gets rough. It is belief that connects you to the divine possibilities that exist in the unseen realm. The more you believe, the more you activate the energy of the universe to work on your behalf. One of the most powerful tools you have in this process is prayer. Prayer is your direct communication with the divine. It is in prayer that you express your faith, ask for guidance, and surrender your desires to God's will. Prayer strengthens your connection to the Creator and affirms your belief that He is active and present in your life. Jesus speaks of the power of prayer in Mark 11, verse 24. Therefore I tell you, whatever you ask for in prayer, believe that you have received it, and it will be yours. Prayer is not about begging or pleading, but about affirming the belief that God is already at work in your life. When you pray with faith, you are participating in the divine co-creation of your reality, aligning your desires with God's will and trusting in the divine timing of it all. As you continue your journey, know that faith and belief are not just passive emotions. They are active forces that shape your destiny. By holding on to your faith, even when you cannot see the way forward, you open the door to the miraculous. You invite divine intervention into your life, and you step into the full power of your potential. In the end, it is faith that leads to transformation. It is through unwavering belief that you unlock the power to move mountains, overcome obstacles, and create the life you were always meant to live. As you continue to deepen your faith, remember that nothing is impossible for those who believe. Adversity is a universal part of the human experience. Everyone faces challenges, setbacks, and obstacles on their journey. However, it is not the challenges themselves that define us, but how we respond to them. The way we face adversity shapes our character, strengthens our faith, and ultimately leads us to the divine purpose God has prepared for us. One of the most empowering truths in the Bible is that adversity is not something to fear, but something to embrace. It is in adversity that we are often most aligned with God's plan for growth and transformation. In 2 Corinthians 12 verses 9 to 10, Paul writes, "But he said to me, 'My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. Therefore I will boast all the more gladly of my weaknesses, so that the power of Christ may rest upon me. For the sake of Christ, then I am content with weaknesses, insults, hardships, persecutions, and calamities. For when I am weak, then I am strong.'" This powerful passage reveals that our struggles are not a sign of God's abandonment, but rather a place where His power can be most clearly displayed. When we are weak, we become more dependent on God's strength, and it is in that dependence that we are truly empowered. Through adversity, God refines us, sharpens us, and prepares us for greater things. The process of overcoming adversity is often long and difficult, but it is essential for the unfolding of our purpose. Every challenge we face is an opportunity for growth, an opportunity to step into the person God has destined us to become. In James 1 verse 12, it is written, "Blessed is the one who perseveres under trial, because having stood the test, that person will receive the crown of life that the Lord has promised to those who love Him." This crown of life represents the rewards of faithfulness through hardship, spiritual maturity, strength, and a deeper intimacy with God. The trials you face are not in vain. They are the process by which you are transformed, refined, and prepared for the higher purpose God has for you. When you embrace your challenges with faith, you are stepping into your true power. You are allowing God to work in and through you, preparing you to fulfill your divine calling. The key to overcoming adversity is to shift your perspective. It's easy to view obstacles as setbacks or as evidence that something has gone wrong in your life. But when you look at challenges through the lens of faith, you can see that they are simply opportunities for God to reveal His glory. As Romans 8 verse 28 reminds us, "And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love Him, who have been called according to His purpose." Every trial, every hardship is a part of God's plan for your life. Even when things seem to be falling apart, God is at work orchestrating everything for your good and His glory. This truth does not make suffering easier, but it does offer hope. Knowing that your challenges have a divine purpose can provide comfort and peace in the midst of struggle. You can find solace in the understanding that even in your most difficult moments, you are never alone. God is with you, guiding you through each step and ensuring that you emerge stronger, wiser, and more equipped to fulfill your calling. In the face of adversity, it is essential to maintain a posture of surrender. Surrendering to God's will does not mean giving up or resigning yourself to defeat. It means acknowledging that God's plan for your life is greater than your own, and trusting that He will provide the strength, wisdom, and guidance you need to overcome any obstacle. It is in surrender that we find our greatest power, because it is when we let go of control and trust God's plan that we align ourselves with the fullness of His purpose for us. In the story of Joseph, we see a powerful example of overcoming adversity. Joseph was betrayed by his brothers, sold into slavery, and imprisoned for a crime he did not commit. Yet, throughout his trials, Joseph remained faithful to God. In Genesis 50, verse 20, he declares to his brothers, "You intended to harm me, but God intended it for good to accomplish what is now being done, the saving of many lives." Joseph's journey through adversity was not easy, but it was essential for the fulfillment of his divine purpose. His faithfulness through suffering led to his rise to power and the salvation of his people. Your story may not look like Joseph's, but the principle is the same. The adversity you face today may be preparing you for something greater tomorrow. Trust that God is using your trials to shape you for your divine purpose, and that He will bring good from every situation. As you move forward on your journey, remember that adversity is not something to be feared or avoided, but something to be embraced as part of the process of becoming who you were always meant to be. Every challenge is an opportunity to draw closer to God, deepen your faith, and fulfill your calling. In the end, you will look back and see how every trial, every struggle was a step toward your destiny. Faith is the cornerstone of our journey toward fulfilling our divine purpose. It is faith that allows us to see beyond our circumstances, to trust in God's plan even when it doesn't make sense, and to move forward with confidence despite uncertainty. The Bible speaks profoundly about the power of faith. In Hebrews 11 verse 1 it states, "Now faith is confidence in what we hope for and assurance about what we do not see." Faith is not just about believing in the invisible. It's about trusting in the promises of God even when the reality around us seems to contradict them. Faith in God gives us the strength to endure trials, the wisdom to make decisions, and the courage to step into the unknown. The journey of fulfilling our purpose is not a linear path. It is filled with twists and turns, mountains to climb and valleys to cross. But it is through faith that we are able to navigate each challenge and continue moving forward. As Proverbs 3 verses 5 to 6 encourages us, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to Him, and He will make your paths straight." Faith is not about having all the answers or understanding every step of the journey. It's about trusting God to guide us, even when we can't see the entire path ahead. Often, our biggest obstacles are the moments when we feel lost or uncertain. It is during these times that faith becomes our anchor. When the storms of life rage around us, our faith keeps us grounded, reminding us that God is with us and will not abandon us. Jesus Himself reassured His followers in Matthew 17 verse 20 saying, "If you have faith as small as a mustard seed, you can say to this mountain, 'Move from here to there,' and it will move. Nothing will be impossible for you." Even the smallest amount of faith, when placed in the hands of God, has the power to move mountains. It is not the size of our faith that matters, but the object of our faith, God Himself. With God, all things are possible. The key is to keep faith alive in our hearts, even when circumstances make it difficult. In times of doubt, we must remember that God is always faithful, and He will fulfill the purpose He has for our lives. The beauty of faith is that it also gives us the ability to see God's hand at work in every situation. When we walk by faith, we begin to notice His presence in the smallest details of our lives. We see His provision in times of need, His guidance in moments of confusion, and His peace in moments of turmoil. As we trust Him, we learn to recognize His voice, His direction, and His affirmation along the way. Isaiah 30 verse 21 says, "Whether you turn to the right or to the left, your ears will hear a voice behind you saying, 'This is the way, walk in it.'" God's faithfulness is not just a theory. It is a reality that we experience as we walk in faith. The more we trust Him, the more we see Him working in our lives. This strengthens our faith and empowers us to continue moving forward, even when the road ahead seems uncertain. It's important to remember that faith does not exempt us from difficulty. Rather, it empowers us to face those difficulties with confidence and perseverance. Faith does not promise an easy path, but it promises that we are never alone on that path. As Isaiah 41 verse 10 says, "So do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand." God's presence is with us through every trial, every challenge, and every step of the way. He is our strength when we are weak, our peace in the storm, and our hope when all seems lost. We must also remember that faith is not just about enduring trials. It is about using those trials to grow closer to God and fulfill His purpose for our lives. Every challenge we face is an opportunity to exercise our faith and deepen our relationship with God. As we move through life's difficulties, our faith matures, our trust in God grows, and we become more aligned with His will. Romans 5 verses 3 to 4 tells us, "Not only so, but we also glory in our sufferings, because we know that suffering produces perseverance, perseverance character, and character hope." Faith, then, becomes the foundation of our hope. As we persevere through trials, our character is shaped, and our hope in God's promises is strengthened. This hope is not a vague wish, but a confident expectation of the good things God has promised to those who love Him. As we continue on our journey of faith, we are transformed into the image of Christ, becoming more and more like Him in our thoughts, actions, and attitudes. In this process of growth, we discover that the trials we once dreaded are now stepping stones on our path to fulfilling our divine purpose. Each obstacle becomes an opportunity for God to demonstrate His power and faithfulness. And with each victory, our faith is built stronger, preparing us for the next chapter in God's grand plan for our lives. As we wrap up, remember that your journey is far from over. You are on a path that will test you, refine you, and ultimately lead you to discover your full potential in God's divine purpose for your life. Embrace your struggles, walk in faith, and know that each challenge is an opportunity for growth and transformation. The obstacles you face today are the stepping stones to the triumphs of tomorrow. If you're ready to continue your journey and dive deeper into how faith shapes your life, be sure to check out our next video. It's packed with insights that will empower you to face whatever comes next with strength and assurance. Don't miss it. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and share this message with someone who needs to hear it today. Your comeback story is just beginning, and I'm excited to walk with you every step of the way. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video. With warmth, Harold.